Hello, everyone. My name's Gary Nelson. I'm the Cornell Local Roads instructor for the Pavement Maintenance and Asphalt Paving Principles workshops. Given the situation this year, we decided to bring the workshop directly to you. We've taken individual chapters in the workshop manuals and kind of distilled and slimmed them down a bit and produced 15-minute videos to share some fundamental concepts that we feel are worth sharing. Today's installment is on pothole patching. So let's get started with the program. Okay, here we go. Cornell Local Roads pothole patching. And here's what we're going to do today. We're going to have a cold patch compaction demonstration. We do this in the workshops. It goes over well. We think you'll enjoy it. Then we're going to talk about demand patching, materials and methods. Have a couple videos on that. Then we're going to talk about semi-permanent patching, have a video on that, and then do a quick summary. Okay, so let's get started with the cold patch compaction demonstration. Okay, share screen. All right, now what we're going to do here, this is a proprietary patch. We have two pans. This one I've compacted. I'll finish it off for you. This one uncompacted. I'm going to turn them over and watch what happens over time. We're going to do a time lapse over a total of 12 minutes. Okay, so here we go. I'm doing the final compaction with my high-tech compaction device. Turning them over. And you can see already that the uncompacted is kind of falling off a bit. And watch the first 5 minutes, 3, 2, 1, boom. That's after 5 minutes. You can see the compacted sample basically 100% intact. The uncompacted has sloughed off quite a bit after only 5 minutes. The next frame is going to be 12 minutes from the beginning, and I'll count that down in a few minutes, starting now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. Went on 2. So you can see that just with gravity and gravity alone, what will happen to a sample uncompacted versus a compacted sample. In our workshops, half hour on, this will still look exactly like this. Okay, let's continue with the slides. Demand patching. Probably the most common pavement technique you guys do, pothole patching. Restore safety and the underlying distress is not repaired. So basically, we're covering surface defects. They say demand patching, emergency, yeah, it could be emergency, but these are on demand, you're doing quickly, you're not really repairing the entire roadway. What are we going to fill the potholes with? New York State, standard patches available, proprietary patches available, fiberized used to be. It still is in some isolated cases, but if you look at DOT OGS bid 31502, you can see the pricing and locations all across the state. I've worked with both of these products for 20 to 30 years. Proprietary cold patch, in my opinion, is the better product, but there are cases you will see where it's appropriate to use either. And how are you going to fill the potholes? Throw and go is a method. Throw and roll is a method. And we're going to look at both of those, short videos on those. So let's get those set up. Okay, we're ready to go here. Again, this is the throw and go method. This particular case, he's using bag patch. I don't know what the variety is. Certainly more expensive than bulk, but there are cases where this will certainly suffice. And there he is throwing the product into the hole, tamping it a bit with his foot, giving it one more final little tamp, and away he goes in the truck. So there is the throw and go. Okay, we'll take a look at the throw and roll next, and I'm going to add that one of our Cornell Local Roads program associates filmed these literally about a month ago, and he did a good job getting the concepts across. So let me get the throw and roll set up. Okay, we're set. Let's go here. Same crew, same guy, same bag product. What I did not show him brushing out the hole, but he did that, and you're going to certainly want to do that if you're going to take the time to throw and roll. You want to get the water out of the hole, sometimes blow it out even. Here he's raking, making a decent attempt at filling the hole, leaving a little above, of course, and overlapping the edges. That's the first step. Now he's going to get into his truck, and this guy does a very good job. I'll kind of narrate it as he goes. He does a very good job with the truck as far as rolling. The first pass, he's purposely getting the right edge. Then he goes back and redirects a bit. You can see on this pass, he's getting the left edge. Okay, he's not done yet. He's not done yet. Redirecting a little bit. You can see him. You can actually see the truck maneuvering. So he gets the center done very well. And one final roll. Job well done on the throw and roll. Okay, let's continue with the program. Semi-permanent patch. Little different animal. You're going to want to cut their boundaries. We like to see it squared off for compaction purposes. Remove the old material. Clean up and repair foundation. Add stone if required. You can do that in some instances. Apply tack coat. We highly recommend that in all cases. Fill the hole with material, typically hot mix. If you're going to take the time, use the hot mix asphalt. Compact the stone also if you do put stone in, and then certainly clean up. And here's a case where the base can be repaired. Here's a cutaway view. There's your asphalt. Your patch was something like this. Your hole was something like this. They cut out further and put extra stone in well into the subbase. So let's take a look at the semi-permanent patch process. This particular video was prepared by Virginia DOT. This winter we were reviewing the program and we saw this, we liked it, so we incorporated it in. Planned patching operations, semi-permanent, call it what you will. Safety's paramount. Roads coned off. There's the crew squaring off the hole, cutting with the saw, cleaning out very well, and they are going to do a good job in the corners. You'll see in a moment. You can see there's extra product in the corner. There they go. Drying it. Tacking. Tack the edge and the bottom. If you're gonna be there and you're gonna tack, do it right. Placing material. In this case, they're going to do it in 2 layers. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're maybe over into 3 or 4 inches, there's nothing wrong with compacting 2 layers. Using the hand tamper to get the corners very well. Remember, they cleaned it out very carefully. Final rolling. Clean up. And there you go. Nice squared off patch. Okay. Continue with the program and finish up here. Some questions to ask. Different types of material, different methods. So a few questions. Are the hot mix plants open? Can you get material to do a semi-permanent patch? Another question, will standard patch material suffice at this time for your circumstance? Perhaps. Are proprietary patching products available in your area? So these are some questions to ask about what type you're going to use and what method you're going to do. As far as demand patching, Cornell did a study a few years back on throw and go with standard patch, throw and roll with standard patch, and throw and roll with proprietary. I won't give you the parameters and the metrics they use. It's basically a day of paving. They calculated materials, labor, a survival rate, and came up with a total cost. And if you notice, the throw and roll, where they compact with the proprietary patch, is the most cost effective, and actually it's more so now. This 50% survival rate is somewhat higher, so this $7,000 might be actually more like $5,500 to $6,000. So, what to do? Our pavement management definition that we teach in the workshop is doing the right repair at the right place at the right time. So let's look at a few places and times. Note, not always easy to do that. Okay, we're going to look at a good candidate for a throw and go with standard patch. The arrows are going to point at a few clues. Take a look here. There's no leaves on the trees, and here you see a snowy, icy buildup, so clearly it's wintertime. You've got an area that's deteriorating pretty badly, but a real severe spot here. You can see, looking here at this convex area, tires were clearly wearing away at that asphalt. So here's a case where the prudent thing to do is to come back and do a semi-permanent patch later. But for right now, it's okay to put a temporary standard patching material in there to get you by. Now, here's another pothole. Totally different situation. Here's a good candidate for a throw and roll with proprietary patch. This is isolated. The integrity of the mat isn't bad. You've got vertical sides. I don't know why that's there. You know, if we would go there, we may be able to determine. But if you clean that out, dry it out a bit, put proprietary patch and roll it well, that'll last a few years. Then finally, here's a good candidate for a semi-permanent or area patch. It's also isolated to some extent. You see previous demand patch efforts, but you see continuing deterioration. So that could easily be squared off and a semi-permanent or area patch put in. So there are different circumstances where different materials and methods can be used. Okay, pothole patching basics, quick summary. Do a semi-permanent patch with HMA when appropriate. Do it properly, follow all the procedures. Both standard and proprietary patching materials are generally available, except for temporary circumstances. Throw and roll with proprietary materials are probably best for demand patching. In any case, when you are doing a throw and roll or a semi-permanent, compact properly. Okay. That is today's pavement maintenance moment. Pothole Patching Basics from Cornell University. Thank you.